Then this is question number 5. What can we do to ensure unity among Yoruba youth for us to unanimously fight our cause as a people? I think I've answered that. Somebody asked similar question to that. Yoruba youth for us to unanimously fight. See, today's lecture should be the beginning of this struggle. We are not saying we should go and kill people and start destroying people, but there are ways that we can. I talked about launching diplomatic attack, and this diplomatic attack has started. That is what I think Mr. Segun Ayetan, one of my people in Yoruba Vanguard here today, is talking about. There are a lot already going on. Some of us may not know, but a lot is ongoing. At the United Nations level, a lot is already going on at the United Nations level. Anything can happen any moment from now. And some will say, ìgbà wo náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ struggle kan lọ lábẹ́ o. Struggle kan lọ lábẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ fún òmìnira eléyìí tí à ń fojú sùn kó yẹ kó dé bá ìran Yorùbá. Fún bá a ṣe fẹ́ pé kó rí àwọn nǹkan tá a rò pé ó yẹ pé kó mú ìrọ̀rùn dé bá wa ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá nínú orílẹ̀-èdè tá wà yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Àti ìrọ̀rùn tó tún ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tá à ń fojú sùn àwọn kan ń ja ìjà náà lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni ara àwọn ọgbọ́n tí Yorùbá fi ń jà nìyẹn tí tẹ́pẹ́ èmi máa ń appreciate Yorùbá. Àwọn kan kóra wọn jọ wọ́n rí i pé ká sọ́dà láriwo kò ní wọ́ọ̀kì ká gbé ẹbọ́ta ẹ̀dàrúgbà míì kò kí torí àwọn agbẹ̀yìnbẹ̀bọjẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé ìran wọn nínú ìran Yorùbá bíi kán gbẹ̀yìnbẹ̀bọjẹ́ ni kò tán nínú ìran wọn inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìran wọn ló wà. Àwọn kan wá dá ọgbọ́n bẹ́rù bá kòkè tó bá kanlẹ̀ ó níbi kan àgbé kà wọ́n wá dàbí ọgbọ́n àwọn ìjà abẹ́nú kan wà tí Yorùbá mọ̀ bọ́ ṣe ń jà wọ́n á dé achieve nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ o. The youth ẹ jẹ́ ká pe àrònú wa nígbà tá a bá máa jàre ìjà yìí tán bó la fẹ́ fojú sí ẹ̀yìn agbẹ̀yìnbẹ̀bọjẹ́. Kí ló dé tí ìwà agbẹ̀yìnbẹ̀bọjẹ́ ṣe wà nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa látijọ́ yìí tá a dẹ̀ rọgbọ́n dá sí tí àwọn kan wá mú wọn á gùn bí ẹṣin tí ò dẹ̀ tọ́. The youth, I'm appealing to you today. Think right. I think this is number 6. My second question. We have obviously lost our leadership position in the educational sector to the southeast, while the south-south region is contesting the second position with us. How do we restore the passion for education in our region? We are fast losing our youth population to cybercrime, music, and gambling. Okay, thank you, Mr. Moses. Let me say this. This cybercrime, music, and gambling is not only rampant among the Yoruba children and youth. It's also common to the south part of Nigeria and to the southeast part of Nigeria. It's not only a problem associated to the southwest part of Nigeria as well. Even the music hula baloo that is ongoing, that some people just feel like because of their idleness mentally, their laziness mentally, the music should be the next thing, even when some of them are not even gifted in good voices. As you can see, singing rubbish here and there. Only few of them had the calling to sing, but the thousands of the youth now want to sing, and then they know how to go about it in a way that is funny to get this popularity by fire by force. And some of them die at the younger age because they dip their hand to what they shouldn't have done. That is the fact, and we are gradually losing some of these are children and the youth. But I think it's from home. Most of these problems started from home. Bad or poor parental care is one of the major factors, and our institution, either mosque or church or other institution that's supposed to cater for the growth of the society, looking at us from a tender age and not really doing better. Some of them, what they do is for their selfish interest and personal gain, not because they want to be part of the right change that we deserve as a society in inculcating the right value into the children and the youth. And that has really affected the Yoruba people too. That issue of cybercrime, music, and gambling that has really affected. Some of them are not even productive again, our youth and our children. It's not only associated to the southwest, but also to the south and southeast. But you have a point, but we've lost our leadership position in the educational sector, no doubt about that. When Awolowo started, we were leading. Even after Awolowo, we were still leading in Nigeria. talking about wọ́n gbàgbọ́ pé àwa Yorùbá la ní ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ wípé akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn when it comes to the education aspect Yorùbá ní àwa ní bàbá àwa lámọ̀ ní but now we are losing it gradually and we are not paying attention and we don't know wípé o ti bọ́ ṣùgbọ́n kò tí ì bọ́ tán bíbà ló bá kò tí ì bàjẹ́. I think it's have to start from home and maybe we youth there is a need for us to create more platform either on Instagram, on Twitter or Facebook and let us start the campaign to reorientate our parents, our stakeholders, our children and our youth. We can bring about the change we deserve to get what belongs to us back. Education quality belongs to the Southwest. Our founding fathers started well, but it got to a stage ìbàjẹ́ náà ni attitudinal problem tá a fẹ́ jẹ òjẹ́ ká gbọ́n ọpọlọ abáṣe fẹ́ jí owó ká dà lówó ló ká dọlọ́rọ̀ àti ẹ̀rọnú bí the right value will be inculcated into the system any longer. You have mentioned it here and so many people have read it and I think we need to share something like this our mind we need to share it widely. Let us reason together. We can be the change tool for the change process we deserve through different medium that we know we can launch the campaign. The government will not do it better. Let us take it by ourselves and do it by ourselves. We are the only one that can get it right. We youth, it is not too late. Let us start the campaign in terms of music, in terms of poetry, in terms of drama, in terms of so many things. Kábẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní upload it. Níbi táwọn yẹn ti máa rí táwọn pé this is the right change we want for our educational system in the Southwest. Thank you. Yes, question number 8 is not a question but a contribution. Yeah, that number 8 from Mr. Segun Ayetan. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that. Is it whether Ayetan? It cannot be Ayetan. Mr. Segun, thank you very much for that contribution. You are very, very correct. 54 years wasted, and that is why the agitation is ongoing at the level of UNPO, and I think the Biafra also are pushing through UNPO. The Nigerian government at the federal level, they are aware, and there are so many diplomatic moves underground going on to stop that process. But we are still moving forward, and God will see us through to the end. But àdúrà mi ni pé nígbà tí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ bá bọ́ sí kí ìwánú wa kó má padà bà nǹkan tí agbàjẹ́ torí pé bí nǹkan tá a lépa bá tó wa lọ́wọ́ tó bá tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ sà Mr. Ṣẹ́gun ṣé attitudinal problem ìṣòro ìṣe wa tí mo mẹ́nu báyìí ṣó ti kúrò ńbẹ̀ ṣé kò tún ní padà jẹ́ pé a tún dára wa lẹ́bi tẹ́lẹ̀ bó ń pè ní regret pé kí ló dé a rò pé yóò da tí bó tún ṣe máa tún ṣe rere Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú Yorùbá ronú tí nǹkan tá à ń lépa yìí tó bá bọ́ sí i tí a bá pàrọ̀nù wa ká pàdọ̀fin kún wa ká síra wa nígbẹ́rẹ́ ìpàkọ́ ká fara wa létí ká bára wa sọ eléyìí tó ń jẹ́ kodoro ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ ó sórí bákan náà ni ọmọ ó sì sórí bákan náà ni and that is why I said if you know pé outright break up mo fi question mark sọ́jà mo ní if you want this I have so many questions to ask ìbéèrè pọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ bi wá ohun tó dára yìí wù wá ǹjẹ́ yóò tọ́jọ́ lọ́wọ́ wa nípa ìwà àti ìṣe wa ǹjẹ́ yóò tọ́jọ́ lọ́wọ́ wa nípa ìwà mọ̀nàfìkì ọ̀tẹ̀ tí àwọn kan tó ti gbé omi ẹ̀mú nínú ìran wọn nínú ẹ̀yà Yorùbá. May God help us. Yeah, I think question number 7. Can we make a day of the week for only Yoruba language in our school offices and all sectors within the Southwest? Fine, why not? Why not? Can we make a day of the week for only Yoruba language in our schools, offices, and all sectors within the Southwest? I work in a place whereby every Friday we must put on native. The staff must put on native. And we have a day, a time whereby we celebrate Yoruba language and cultures. Why not? I think Lagos State, they are working on something like that. Mostly this is a Yoruba language. And that is one of the problems we have. There was a time that I traveled to Russia. I went to some states in Russia, and then on this journey, I went to one at Adigate State University to attend a conference on commerce and economics and the rest. So one evening we went somewhere to go and watch a stage performance. Then I took my camera there. Then I wanted to record. Then I ran out of battery. Then the battery is no longer. Then I need to go outside to go and check for battery to buy to put inside my camera. Do you know what happened? In Russia there, all their supermarkets that I entered, they don't speak anything than their Russia. That is their official, that is their language. I started communicating like a BOD, like a deaf, but I showed them sign and the battery. They got to know what I wanted, and they gave me a sign that they don't sell something like that. You can see, when you go to some places, gbogbo bí tẹ́ ẹ bá dé èdè wọn náà fi kọ́ signboard wọn pátákó àjúwe pátákó atọ́ni sọ́nà gbogbo ẹ̀ èdè Yorùbá náà fi kọ́. Tó bá lọ sí àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan tó bá fẹ́ kàwé láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn tẹ́ pé language medium wọn èdè wọn ló fẹ́ fi kàwé language medium wọn owó tó máa san máa wà cheaper ṣùgbọ́n tó bá fẹ́ pé kán kọ́ ẹ ní English language English medium you pay more. Wọ́n fi gbédè wọn lárugẹ. If a country like Russia tó máa kàwé láti nursery tí wàá fi di professor o lè má gbóyìnbó èdè wọn ló máa gbọ́ tí wàá máa lò what stop us sọ fi ṣe wà ní. Why are we behaving like this? Ẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ti sọ èdè ẹ̀ nù ó ti sọ ìṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀ nù. It's just like you've lost your mirror. Your language is part of your mirror. Ó dàbí gbà bí wà pé díngì yẹn ti fọ́ o mọ irú ẹni tó jẹ́ kò sí nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ dúró tó bá dúró síwájú díngì mirror wàá ríra ẹ bọ́ọ̀lù ṣe dá ẹ bó ṣe rí nígbà tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ èdè nù nínú èdè láti ń sọ àṣà nù láti ń sọ ìṣe nù láti ń sọ ẹwà tọ́lọ́run dá mọ́ wa nù tá a bá ti sọ nù àjẹ́ nǹkan kan mọ́. We fail to realize this and that is why we have problem. Nothing stop us for making it a day that was Yoruba language ni. I think Lagos State Assembly they are working on something like that. And I pray that they will succeed in that. Ẹ wo ní àná nígbà tí àtàrí fídíò Kaduna State House of Assembly tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀jà ẹ mọ̀ pé ìṣe wọn ni kọ́lọ̀ ń kó wa yọ. Ẹ wo èdè wọn náà sọ nínú ibẹ̀ yẹn. Bọ́dẹ̀ ṣe ń fèdè wọn legislate nìyẹn. Àwọn wo lẹ kó síbẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fi èdè Yorùbá wọn ìdájí wọn ò gbọ́ Yorùbá bá ṣe wà yìí àgbọ́ èdè abínibí wa dúdúdúdú. Mo lè kọ́ mo lè fàmì sí mo lè yàn dì mo lè sọ láti sìn ín di alẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n èdè bó ta lò nítorí pé púpọ̀ bá a bá kọ èdè Yorùbá a lè ká bá a fàmì sí gan kò lè yé wa. Ilé la ti kẹsàn-án ròde ibo ni ká ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á kó wa yọ ó possible ó dẹ̀ rọrùn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe tá a dẹ̀ bọ̀ sí ni. Question number 9, 10 and 11. I think I've answered this in my voice when I was delivering the lecture. Nigeria civil war, is it in Yoruba interest? Why don't we trust ourselves? Are we building one family? I've answered that. If you go back to my voice when I was delivering the lecture, I've answered that. Nigeria civil war, is it in Yoruba interest? Some people supported, some did not. There was a kind of division among Yorubas, and that has been our problem. We need to work in one interest and one voice. And I tell you, what we are doing through the UNPO right now, to get that thing that we are pursuing, why they are doing it in a way that they didn't make it too open is because to avoid all these betrayers in our midst, so that the few people that are pushing forward, they are working in one interest, in one accord and in one unity. Then why don't we trust ourselves? I've talked about that. Are we building one family? We are building one family today, and that is why we are here today, to build one family. We may not be doing that in the past, but we have started today and let it continue. Abiola and 1983 election, are there any forces within Yorubas? Yes, sure. Who truncated the victory? They know themselves. I've talked about it. I just don't want us to start looking at that, because if we start looking at that, we won't start a new beginning in our mind. Wọ́n ní tí kọ́mọ̀dé pé à ń jẹ́ kúrúkú tán à ń gbọ́n owó ẹ̀ sáwo tá a bá gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ àná ànírẹ́ni tá a bá ṣeré àwọn kankan àtà gbọ́dọ̀ fojú fò ká gbàgbé ẹ̀ ká mú nǹkan mi kan tuntun ṣe. If we start talking about who truncated the victory, ó wà nílé ó wà níta bí kulé ò bá pa ní tòde ò lè pa àtìlé ni wọ́n ti gbàbọ̀dè fún ìta láti wá pa ilé kú. Who what as stance of Yoruba? We want June 12 to be recognized, and it's now recognized. That is great. Is the acceptance of June 12 trickish by the present government? Yes, why not? They have a political point to score against somebody, and they've done that. Whether they are well pleased, I do not know. But one thing I know is that we've gotten what we wanted. June 12 to be remembered, to be recognized. But don't forget, if you go back to my voice lecture, you will hear more about what I said there. I've said a lot about that. Then another one, is June 12 recognition a political move to divide Yorubas? I've answered that. Why does June 12 acceptance suffer during Obasanjo democratic government? I've also answered, not waste our time. If you go back to my voice lecture that I delivered, I've talked about all this. Do we need federalism, regional autonomy? Even all of us, I mean, all, everything. We need everything. True federalism, I mean true federalism. Regional autonomy. Tó wáyé pé Ọlọ́run ò gbà pé ká pín, a ti wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè kan tó jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Pé Mr. Ṣẹ́gun Ayétàn ti sọ pé nǹkan tí ò jọra wọn ni wọ́n fọ́ọ̀sì papọ̀ tán sọ dòdìdì kan tí ìṣòro wa ń dé bá nǹkan tí ò jọra wọn tí wọ́n fagídí mímú papọ̀. Ká yànnàná ẹ̀ kó níyànjú. Bí ò bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe níyànjú, tí ò bá ṣe yànnàná báyìí kó níyànjú. I think true federalism and regional autonomy should come to play. And the real restructuring we are talking about should come to play. Tọ́nà bá dẹ̀ gbà bí lè pa Yorùbá. Ká má gbàgbé náà pé a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe kó fi lè rí bó ṣe ń rí. May God bless us. Yeah, question number 12. The most powerful weapon in the hands of an oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Yeah, which is the truth. Ọkàn wa náà máa tafà sí the oppressor. The most powerful weapon in the hand of oppressor. Aninilára. Ohun tó jẹ́ ohun ìjà alágbára jù fún ni pé ọkàn ẹni tó fẹ́ pa lára. The hand of the oppressed. It dismembers his mind and remembers it too. Permanently make the oppressed feel obligated to him. Á tàpá sí ọkàn ẹni tí ó fẹ́ ṣèkà ẹni tó fẹ́ pani lára, ìyẹn ni oppressor. Ẹni tí à ń pa lára ni the oppressed. Ohun ìjà alágbára tó wà lọ́wọ́ apanilára ni pé ó máa wọ ọkàn ẹni tó fẹ́ pa lára. A wá ṣe ọkàn ẹni yẹn níjàmbá, á ṣe lọ́nà tó bí pé a kó gbogbo ọkàn ẹni yẹn a kó sọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Òun ni ó máa darí ọkàn àti àkóso ọkàn yẹn. Òun là ń pè ní ẹ̀tàn. Ẹ̀tàn ní nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ẹ̀tàn. Wọ́n á máa tàn ẹ́, o ò dẹ̀ ní mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń tàn ẹ́ ni. Erin kárí ilé ọ̀wá ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kún ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀, a ó mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kún ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Lónìí la ó mẹ́rin ìjọba, inú erin dùn, erin jó, erin yọ̀. Wọ́n tẹ́ ìtẹ́ ńlá tó dáa, wọ́n gbé fẹ́rin pé ibi tẹ́ni ó jókòó sí afẹ́ dẹ́rin lọ́lá. Erin wo wọ́n kó tìlù tìfọn jáde, inú erin dùn, erin pé èmi náà gbọ́n gẹ̀gẹ̀ báyìí, èmi náà gbé lárugẹ tó yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n apanilára di oppressor wà níbì kan, ẹ máa mẹ́rin bọ̀. Olólìdí á mẹ́rin ìjọba, àṣẹ níbi tí wọ́n gbé ìtẹ́ sí tó dára tó rẹwà tí erin ó jókòó sí, wọ́n ti gbẹ́ kòtò sábẹ́bẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀rin ṣe jókòó wù, erin jìn lọ sílẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ bá ayé erin jẹ́, òun bá ń gbé gbèsè ayé tiẹ̀. A ó mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kún ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀, ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ ó mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kún ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀, ẹ̀nàdégún ẹ̀nàdé ògún mọ́, kí ló ṣe wá? Lénìí ẹ̀jẹ̀ tá à ń gbọ́ ìkìlọ̀ yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká tọwọ́ ọmọ wa bọ́ṣọ, ká pàrọ̀nù wa, ká pọ̀dọ̀fin kún wa, ká hùwà tó tọ́. Permanently make the oppressed feel obligated. In other instances, the mind of the oppressed is stolen, completely vacated. Torí pé púpọ̀ wa àwọn eléèbó máa ń lo kíní kan wá ní pé wà gọ́líbù, àwa náà láìkì ẹ̀tàn, aláìkì ìfà. Una ṣe rí wa bùjẹ bí iṣu. Some of us are so gullible. We love to be told lies. And that is why we are falling traps and we are falling prey in the hand of all these marauders. We need to be very careful and watch our back. It is a challenge for victims to know in which of the two situations they are, politically, economically, culturally, and religiously. bottom line is essential confusion and chaos. All I will want to say here is that àwa ni ká mọ̀ nǹkan tá a fẹ́. Ṣé nǹkan tá a fẹ́ yìí ṣó dáa? Yorùbá wọn ní ẹni burú mọ́ ẹni máa sọ fún wa kò sẹ́ni tí ò afọ́júmọ̀ náà ẹnu. Kò tẹ̀dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tí ò mọ nǹkan tó dáa. Kí ló dé tí a lépa nǹkan tó dáa fúnra wa? Ká lépa nǹkan tó dáa fún ọmọ nìkejì, fún àwùjọ tá a wà, kó má jẹ́ tara wa nìkan. It's about attitudinal problem. Let us work on our attitude, we'll get it right. Question number 13. Somebody is asking, what is your view on the outright breakup of Nigeria as mentioned in your speech? Yeah, don't forget that I put a question mark. I put a question mark. Outright breakup, a question mark. And I said, if anybody share this view of outright breakup, I have so many questions for us. Tí ò bá wọ̀ mọ́ kí kálukú lọ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Tá bá gbìyànjú ẹ̀ for 54 years. Tí ò bá wọ̀ mọ́ ká lọ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Wọ́n ní ẹni tá a bá fi 20 ọdún sìn tíbẹ̀ ò gbé ni tá a bá padà lẹ́yìn ebi ò ní pa ni. Ẹni tá a bá fi 20 ọdún sìn tíbẹ̀ ò bá gbé ni tá a bá padà lẹ́yìn ebi ò lè pa ni. That is my submission. In summary, that is my submission. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀rù tó wá ń bà mí ni pé láàárín àwa Yorùbá ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ pọ̀ sí. Àwa la ń dalẹ̀ ara wa tí àwọn ẹ̀yà mìíràn fi mú wa gùn bí ẹṣin tí wọ́n fi ń họ wá jẹ bí iṣu. Àwọn òun náà dẹ̀ ní olówó adarí tó ń darí òṣèlú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń wò bí ẹni pé tá à bá ti ìdọ́dọ̀ wọn òṣèlú ò ṣe, òṣèlú ò lọ. Ní Lagos ni, lógùn ni, ní Ọ̀yọ́ ni, lọ́ṣun ni, ní Kogi ni, ní Kwara torí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe owó bẹ̀ dé tó fi mọ́ Ọ̀ṣun, Oǹdó, Èkìtì. Àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan tá à ń fojúsùn pé bá àbá ti ìdọ́dọ̀ wọn òṣèlú agbègbè wa ò lọ. Púpọ̀ wọn, mi ò sọ pé gbogbo wọn, mi ò sọ pé gbogbo wọn, ṣùgbọ́n púpọ̀ wọn ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ wà láàárín wọn, agbẹ̀yìnbẹ̀bọjẹ́ wà láàárín wọn tó ń bá àwọn ẹ̀yà mìíràn jọ ní àjọṣepọ̀ nípa ìfẹ́kùfẹ́ ọkàn ara wọn nìkan, selfish interest and personal gain. Wọ́n sì wà láàárín wa. Bá a bá wá pọ́wọ́ wa bá wá tẹ èkú dàtà ń wí yìí, outright break up, ǹjẹ́ àwọn wọn yóò jẹ́ ká lè gbádùn ohun tí a lépa tí ó bọ́ sí wa lọ́wọ́ yìí? Ìhàwó ni wọ́n tún sì máa kọ sí wa. Ǹjẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń ọwá jẹ bí iṣu tán gùn wá bí ẹṣin pẹ̀lú àjọ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀yà mìíràn, ǹjẹ́ kò ní pàpà tẹ̀síwájú nígbà tá a bá gba irú òmìnira tá à ń lépa yìí tó bá bọ́ sí wa lọ́wọ́ tán? Kí ló sì máa jẹ́ èrògbọ́ kan wọn? Ṣé rò pé gbà yẹn ni wọ́n wá ṣẹ̀ yí èrònú wọn padà? Ó ti di bárakú. Bí wọ́n ṣe wà lókè tẹ́lẹ̀ mi ò ní gòkè tí ó já wọn nìkan ni wọ́n máa wò. Somebody mentioned about the oppressor. Working on the mind of the person to be oppressed. Ṣé kò ní continue? It's not happening because we are one Nigeria. It can still happen even when we have this outright breakup. Ó lẹ̀rù ṣe ń bà mí. Àtàárọ̀ láti ń sámọ̀ tó gbẹ. Ǹjẹ́ a ti múra sílẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ a ti ń pọn mílẹ̀ dòǹgbẹ? Kí ni ìlépa wa fún ọjọ́ iwájú tá à ń wò níwájú wa yìí? Ǹjẹ́ àwọn anìkànjọpọ́n tó wà láàrin wa bá a bá gba nǹkan tá à ń fẹ́ yìí tán, ǹjẹ́ anìkànjọpọ́n yóò wà kúrò nínú inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ? Mo sọ pé it's not about political party but people that occupy political offices. It's not the name you give to PDP, SDP, APC, UNN, NRC. It's not that name that is faulty, but the people that occupies the names, àwọn gangan ni wọ́n yọnu gidi gan. That is my fear. And if you read all my write-up, ẹ lọ wo àwọn ìhà tí àwa àti adarí àtàwọn tó ń darí, both the followers and the leadership ló wà faulty. Ǹjẹ́ wọn tún ní pàpà kó àwọn kan láàrin àwa tá à ń tẹ̀lé as followers láti ti manipulate ọkàn wọn, kán tún oppress as oppressor, láti máa rí i pé ìfẹ́nú wọn ni à ń mú ṣe nígbà tá a bá gba nǹkan tá à ń lépa yìí tó bá tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́? Ǹjẹ́ wọn ní máa, ǹjẹ́ bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ gbà tá a wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè kan bí Nàìjíríà náà kọ́ ni wọ́n máa ṣe nígbà tá a bá bọ́ sí orílẹ̀-èdè míì tí à ń lépa? ṣé wọ́n á pa ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn kúrò wọ́n pa ẹ̀jẹ̀ míì sí ni láti lè change ìrònú wọn láti lè yí ìrònú wọn padà ṣé kìí ṣe bọ́ ṣe ń ronú nìsín náà wọ́n á sì pàpà máa ronú lọ láti máa rẹwà jẹ ìwọ ọ̀tẹ̀ ò tán nínú ìran wọn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kìí ṣe gbogbo wa o ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan. Won't oppressor continue to oppress among us? Ṣùgbọ́n o, my submission is this. Òòṣà tá a bá sìn tí ò bá gbé ni. Tá a bá padà lẹ́yìn òòṣà bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tí ó ṣe ni. Ẹni tá a bá sìn fún 20 ọdún tá a rí nǹkan kan mú bọ̀ tá a bá padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ebi ò ní pa ni. That is my submission. Yeah, I think number 14. Number 14 says, what is the stand of the Yoruba nation on the admission to the UNPO? Yeah, what is the stand of the Yoruba nation on the admission to the UNPO? See, àwọn kan wà tẹ́ pé àti ẹ̀ fojú wò náwọn ìwádìí kan tèmi ṣe pé abọ́dépalẹ̀ Yorùbá tì wọ́n tẹ̀ tó wá rò mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n inú mi dùn pé àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan náà àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ti pera wọn ní kọ̀kọ̀ wọ́n ti pera wọn ní bàbá kò hàn sójú gbogbo èèyàn mọ́ ọgbọ́n abẹ́nú ni tí eléyìí bá lọ hàn síta jù sí àwọn ẹ̀yà míì wọ́n tún máa tún ọ̀rọ̀ dání ní wọ́n ní wọ́n re-strategize and we don't want them to re-strategize to corner us àwọn nǹkan kan wà tẹ́ pé a fi ẹkún sínú a pètè ẹ̀rín a pèbí sínú a sunkún ayọ̀ bá ṣe ṣe nìyẹn. I want to tell you the question says what is the stand of the Yoruba nation on the admission to the UNPO? We are happy, the Yorubas are happy ṣùgbọ́n ṣe àrí nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí púpọ̀ ju àwọn kan ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ṣe àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù tí ò fẹ́ kó bọ́ sí wọn mọ́ o àwọn náà ẹni pé wọn pariwo wọn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn náà ń gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ kan lábẹ́lẹ̀ àjọ ń dàbí ọgbọ́n lábẹ́lẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n níbi tí orí ràn wá dé ọlọ́run tó kórí kó ràn wá dé bèrè àwa la ṣe ń mókè àdúrà tẹ́ẹ̀kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọlọ́run ni pé ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká mókè délẹ̀. The Yoruba people will stand with the moves so far with the UNPO. We are happy that some of our leaders àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan lójú ẹ lè máa pé kí ló kàn wọ́n àmọ́ ní dásí irọ́ ni o àwọn ọgbọ́n kan nìyẹn tí Yorùbá fi ń jẹ̀kọ wọ́n ní nǹkan tí àgbàlagbà fi ń jẹ̀kọ wà lábẹ́ ewé ọmọdé ò ní rí bóyá kankan ò dẹ̀ sí lábẹ́ ewé ọmọ ò mọ̀ bóyá kan dẹ̀ wà lábẹ́ ewé ọmọ ó sàrí pé bó ṣe ń jẹ ẹ̀kọ yìí wọ́n kákàrà sí tiẹ̀ ó ń fàkàrà jẹ inú ẹ̀ ń dùn ó ń rẹ́rìn ó ń fàkàrà ṣùgbọ́n bàbá ó ní ọmọ mi má wọrí ọmọ má ṣe yọnu ohun tágbàlagbà fi ń jẹ̀kọ ó wà lábẹ́ ewé nǹkan kan lè mọ̀ sí lábẹ́ ọkùnrin yẹn á dẹ̀ balẹ̀ bàbá ò lówó àti ràkàrà fọmọ kó ra tiẹ̀ kò dẹ̀ fẹ́ pé kọ́mọ yẹn banú jẹ́ pé òun fàkàrà jẹ̀kọ bàbá ò fàkàrà jẹ̀kọ má wọrí ọmọ mi ìwọ sáà máa ń jẹun lọ́n tiẹ̀ bàbá mi ẹ̀yin ò fàkàrà jẹ̀kọ tí ní ó ń bẹ lábẹ́ ewé mi ò kàn fẹ́ gbé yẹn là ń pè wọ́n ní ọbẹ̀ òkè mì ní kún àgbà òun ni ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń fi ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ọbẹ̀ òkè mì ní kún àgbà la fi ṣe ó ṣe kí bàbá yìí ní nǹkan kan sábẹ́ ewé lóòótọ́ tó fi ń jẹ̀kọ kó ní ìdí kan tí ò fẹ́ pé kó hàn síta ó dẹ̀ lè mọ́ sí nǹkan kan yẹn náà pè pé wọ́n ní àgbà máa ń rọ́nú ẹ jẹ́ ká rọ́nú díẹ̀ sí i. Our stand with the Yoruba nation through the UNPO is moving on fast and we stand by it. But we need to work on our attitude. Either here or there, we must work on our attitude. May God be with us. Yeah, I think question number 15 says, who is the original leader of the Yorubas? Let me check that question very well again. Let me check that question very well. Yeah, who is the original Yoruba leader? Who is the original Yoruba leader? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ yẹn báyìí. Èmi àti ìwọ ni adarí rere fún ìran Yorùbá. Má dúró de adarí rere kankan níbi kankan. Do not wait for any original. You are also original. You and I, we are original. Mo gbàgbé pé Yorùbá sọ pé wọ́n ní ọmọdé.